365 Days of Horsemanship, day 227 and 228. My goodness, I'm back. I ended up taking a bit of an unexpected hiatus due to some family issues that came up and needing to, just literally not having time. There were 2 days that I did see the horses prior to the craziness. And if I'm honest, I don't really remember what I did. So I thought I would just kind of do a bit of a reintroduction. Today is my first day back up to see everybody after being away and being with family and doing lots of various things, varying stress levels. And just kind of talk, I think, a little bit about the journey that I've been on through that time and kind of where I feel like I'm at now, really coming into the new year. I definitely, the end of my course and my qualification in at work has been a really positive thing for me. When I'm not at work, my time now is my own. There's nothing on my to-do list that isn't there of my own making, and there's nothing on there that I can't set the deadline for, and I do find that to be a really comforting place to be. I really enjoy the freedom that gives me, and I think in the past I've really berated myself for like a lack of productivity or not getting enough stuff done. I've been reading this really interesting book. I've really only just started it. It's called 4,000 Weeks, and it's all about how this perpetual cycle of like efficiency and productivity and to-do lists essentially only leads you to become more and more efficient and to put more and more things on your to-do list. Like, you never really get to a place where, well, certainly the book says, you never really get to a place where you have finished everything. This like end goal that you might be working towards, or that I worked towards in the past, of like getting everything done. I need to get everything done so that I'm in a place where I can solely focus my attention on the things that matter. And in the sort of aim of doing that, I spend my whole time trying to get on top of these never-ending tasks that I need to have finished before I can really focus on the things that I want to do. And the book basically talks about coming to terms with the fact that that's not a possible vision, that's an impossible wish, and actually it's better to try to learn to accept being in the middle of this sort of madness of never-ending stuff to do, and be okay with that, and just begin prioritizing things that are important now. And I definitely feel that there is some parallels with the way that things are, I think, with the horses now and the way that I am at the moment. I've got a month now until I go to Elsa, which is really, 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 really exciting. It feels very real. It feels very like on the horizon, which is, super exciting and super cool. I am really looking forward to it, and I think that it's going to be really good for me. And so it's kind of like this question of what to do in the meantime, because part of me like doesn't want to start anything and then drop it again, which I think is a kind of idea that I've picked up from external influences. And then the other part of me, is sort of like, just go with the flow, turn up and see what happens. And I think looking at, the books that I've been reading and the work that I've been doing and reflecting on, having all this time now for myself and still wanting to fill it with all of these things, and really just learning how to say no to the things that are not the most important thing for me in the now. And it's really centered me back in touch with what I really enjoy about the horses on a daily basis, because I think seeing the horses as a chore to be done, seeing this time as, I'm just struggling through something uncomfortable to get to this magical end result, is not the place I want to live in mentally anymore. Like I'm really excited to be here today. I'm really excited to just go and spend some time in the herd. I'm like excited to come and speak to my horses, like I don't have, today particularly, I don't have any sort of real suggestions or requirements for how the session needs to go, because I've been away, for pretty much a week, I think. and just to come back and just to reconnect and just to say, hey, you know, how are you? Like, excuse me, like, where are you at? Like, what's going on? And that brings me comfort, and, you know, that brings me motivation. I'm excited about that. And you know what? That is okay. That is okay. I no longer need to feel guilty for not doing enough with them, or not doing the right stuff with them, or not doing the stuff that I'm supposed to do with them, or the stuff they really need, or the stuff that would be the best. I'm doing the stuff that I want to do, the stuff that I can do, and that's okay. And I think that's definitely the goal that I think I would say I have, like, in the immediate kind of month. And I think I'd really like to get to spend some more time going over the material that I got from Elsa during her course, and to really kind of dig into that again. The difficulty with that, of course, is going to be finding time to really look back at all of those things. And I think I need to just kind of not berate myself too hard if I don't get to them. But either way, I think I have no goals and lots of goals all at the same time. Like, I'm just kind of seeing where it goes, really just going with the flow, and at the same time, like, really being quite specific in the fact that I just want to enjoy. I want to just turn up and enjoy each day. And if I'm motivated to do more dominance, that's what I'll do. And if I'm motivated to do more freedom, that's what I'll do. And that's okay. And I'll just see what happens, no expectations. I'm just going with the flow. And yeah, and that excites me, and that does motivate me. And I think I've really been centered on this following my nose, in a sense of, like, following the feeling of motivation and following what feels good and allowing myself to do that, rather than saying, oh, well, I really want to do this, but I shouldn't do that because actually I have all these other things that I need to do, and then sort of prioritizing those things because I've then suddenly made them more important than actually doing the thing that I wanted to do. So yeah, so I think that's really where I'm at. You know, I'm back to work again. I've had a long shift today, and my life is full of long shifts, you know, and it's also about being realistic with myself, understanding that actually my life is not the same as other people's lives. None of our lives are the same. And actually, to compare ourselves to others who are in such completely different situations with different priorities and different jobs on their lists and different places they got to be and people they got to see, is unrealistic. And illogical to compare the sorts of time and the type of time that I have available for my horses with the type of time and the amount of time that someone else has available, because it's not the same, you know. So I can't expect myself to achieve the same things in the same way at the same rate. And that can be, I might be achieving less or achieving more, or I may be achieving different things. So yes, I think it's just about staying really centered on this feeling of motivation, what motivates me, and really finding those things each day, finding what I want to do, finding what motivates me, and presenting that, and then going from there. You know, it's about having the idea and then modifying the idea to suit the situation. I might turn up and say, oh my gosh, today I really feel motivated. I want to get Mia in the arena, or I want to get the saddle on today, and I want to ride. And I get there, and I try to put the halter on, and I get lost in a game of whatever it is that we're playing, and that's okay. That is totally okay. You know, and another day I might say, oh, you know, I really want to work on my haltering today, and I walk up to Lawrence and I can halt him straight away, and I go, cool, what do I do next? You know, so it's just about having that flexibility, I think, and allowing myself to have that, and really just get lost in the enjoyment and the fun, and following my nose with that fun feeling. So it all sounds really exciting, I think. I'm really happy to be back. I'm really, really genuinely happy to be back, which is amazing. There's this real, like, intrinsic enjoyment in it now, which is just really amazing and so valuable. So I'm going to go enjoy some of that now, and I'll let you know how it goes.